Hello everyone, welcome to Fire Talk with Chief Mark McCluskey. I'm your host, Public Safety Information Director Larry Flowers. We will be exploring the calls for service for the month of January. Chief, let's jump right into it.
All right, yeah.
Over 2,100 calls for service this month.
Up I think just a little bit from last month, but pretty much the average. Yeah, we run about 1,400 or almost 1,500 medical calls, almost 600 fire events, and had 33 working fires.
Wow, yeah, that is a busy month, and you know, a lot of those calls for service because of the ice and snow and stuff.
Yeah, the day of the ice storm that come in, we run about an extra 100 calls that day compared to what our daily average is.
An extra 100.
Yes, and that time that the storm come in for like the next 36 hour period.
Wow.
So.
Chief, let's start off with this residential fire on Oak Haven Drive.
Yes, that call come in, I think it was around 8 o'clock in the morning. The residents, something was going on in their attic, checked it out, and of course it was a fire in there. It was full of smoke and some flames. They were able to get out of the house quickly and was outside, and I think they had some pets they got out also and was waiting for us when we got on scene. Once we got on scene, we did our investigation, found out what we had, went in, put the fire out, did some damage to the house, and we called Red Cross in to assist the family.
The good news is no injuries.
No injuries
were reported.
Correct.
Also responded to a fire at International Paper in January.
Yes, if I'm not mistaken, that was the day that the ice storm or snowstorm hit. We had a fire down at International Paper. Up in the roofing system. I think may have happened in the past. It's something they doing inside that generates a lot of heat that comes through the heat system and the vents to the outside, and it caught the roof on fire. Crews got on the scene, got on top of the building. We extinguished that one pretty quick, no one injured.
Right. Understand the sprinkler system was able to activate.
Yes.
So that kind of helps.
Yes, on the
buy
inside.
You a few minutes to get your guys
for
there.
sure. It'll either extinguish it or hold the fire in place and buys time for us.
Yeah, for sure. And a vehicle fire on South Malloy Lane back in early January.
Yeah, this vehicle was called in early in the morning after midnight there. It was a vehicle, when we arrived on scene, it was fully involved. Nobody was around it. And later on, after investigating, found out that the vehicle was stolen. And it was just dropped there and set afire.
Oh man, that's sad.
So.
And MFRD crews also responded to another vehicle fire, this time on Northwest Broad Street.
Yes, Northwest Broad. It was right down in, right there close to the country club. I think it was actually on the side of the road right next to their golf course, and it was just a normal passenger vehicle, pickup truck, four-door pickup truck, but it caught on fire with the wind blowing that day, and I mean, it was fully involved. It basically shut the traffic down. It was during rush hour, so it, not only getting to the fire, but the traffic after we got there, having to shut Broad down causes.
Exactly.
But no one was injured. Took us a few minutes to get the fire out, and of course had that vehicle towed on out of the way.
Okay.
But, yeah.
And then this one was a pretty major deal at the In-Town Suites extended stay there on Old Fort. Sprinkler system.
Yes,
busted.
had a sprinkler system that busted in the attic, and of course they're a 3-story building, so all the water coming down, come through, went from floor to floor going down until we got the system shut down. Had to evacuate a few of the people there. And had, of course, water damage on 3 different floors because of that. Some of the electrical systems were damaged and got water in them. Sprinkler or the fire alarm system itself got some water and kind of did a little damage to it.
Sure.
So yeah.
So will your guys, or did your guys have to go back in to make sure everything was well enough for those residents to come back in?
Yes, we'll do that. Like we'll do an assessment, see, okay, this room it's able for somebody to come back in. If not, then I'm not sure if we called the Red Cross in on this one or if they went somewhere else or had other vacancies in the hotel, but we always make sure to try to find them a place. But these sprinkler systems that during this time that go off, what usually happens is the cold weather comes in like it did, and the pipe freezes and it busts. Then when it starts thawing a little bit, that's where we get all these alarms from alarm system or sprinkler systems going off in buildings.
Okay. Yeah, you had mentioned they did have a few other rooms. They also used the Salvation Army next door as a shelter.
Correct.
So the Red Cross came in and did a great job assisting those people who were displaced. But they were back in, I think, a day later, so they didn't have to stay too long.
Yeah, and that typically, a lot of times when these sprinkler systems go off due to freezing and busting, it's in a warehouse setting. It don't affect the people, but this happened to be the hotel. And you know, it's been there for a while, but it's funny how it happens sometimes. It's like, okay, last year it got down to 0 degrees and it didn't bust, and this year it got down to 20, but you just never know when it's going to do it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And water is going to come down.
Oh, it's coming down for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And then we responded to a motor vehicle crash on Medical Center Parkway about mid-January.
Yes, this was a pretty serious accident on Medical Center Parkway. The vehicle struck a tree, did heavy damage, you know, to the vehicle. We had to extricate the patient out. Once we got him out and assessed him, and of course we were assessing him while he's in the vehicle, but we got out continued assessment. He was in critical condition. Rescue 4, Ladder Force crew got him out there, and he was transported by EMS to St. Thomas, then later flown to Vanderbilt by helicopter.
Wow. And just hats off to Rescue 4, Ladder 4, and Rescue 1 who were able to get there and, you know, extricate that patient out.
Yeah, it can be difficult sometimes in these prolonged extrications because you're in the vehicle trying to give patient care and get the patient out, you know, so it takes a crew effort to really do a good job like that.
Sure. And then MFRD crews responded to Westbury Farms on New Salem Highway, where a vehicle versus a building.
A building, yeah. I think we had one of those last month or month before last day. Yes, someone drove into the building, done some damage to the building and the vehicle. We had to call out our collapse team, come in, reinforce the structure, make sure it wasn't going to fall anymore. Had the vehicle removed, but luckily no one was seriously injured in the structure or the car. It's just, you know, an accident, and of course we want to make sure that we shore up the building to keep any more damage to happening to the building or somebody being around it and it fall more. So we got it shored up and stabilized and turned it back over to the maintenance of that building.
Sure. A good job on all those crews who responded there. And moving along, our fire marshal's office, they do the STEAM program.
That's
they
correct.
Teach that in schools throughout the
All
school
of our
year.
city schools, second grade, I believe is where they start at.
And so they have a poster contest as well. So one of the students by the name of Ethan.
Ethan, yes.
He won for his fire escape plan poster. He was the poster contest winner.
Ethan goes to Overall Creek, but they go in and they have this competition, and it's throughout the whole city schools, and then come back and we judge them. And of course, Ethan won it this year. And had a very good outline of a fire escape from the house, where the meat, smoke detectors, and so on in his poster. Then with the program, we the winner of this will go and treat them special, take them to school one day in a fire truck and stuff like that, you know, and they really like it. It's been a good thing we've done for several years, so it's a good experience for the kids.
Man, what an honor for Ethan to arrive at a fire truck rather than a school bus.
And just,
he was the envy of all the other students.
Jump out of the fire truck with this lunchbox ready to go to school, you know. So yes.
Yes, indeed. And man, hats off to several of our officers who were awarded the NAACP Jerry Anderson Heroes Award for helping to save a life.
You know, that's an award that's been around for a good while. And a little background with Jerry Anderson, he was a well-known football player here and went on off to the NFL and come back in his hometown, saved someone from drowning and drowned himself by doing it. And so that's where the award come from. But The NAACP uses that award and recognizes usually a police officer and a firefighter for their award or events that they did in the past year. And this year it was one of our crews, Rescue 1, that went into a house that was on fire and saved someone and brought them out to safety from that fire.
Right, right. Man, again, your hats go off to those
Yes.
who won it, and the other MFRD crews who help save lives every day.
Yes,
That's what it's about.
It is, and sometimes these awards like this, it's hard.
Right.
It's like, which one's better than the other one? And we put saving life up front, and this is one we had this year. And it's something we train for day in and day out, and it doesn't happen like you see on TV where you go in and get a save every time you have a fire. It don't happen that often. Right. It's usually they're already out, like we mentioned in the fire earlier, or it's too late. They actually went in, battled the fire, found the person, and brought them out to safety.
Right, exactly.
So, yes.
And so a first for the department, the first full-time EMS instructor.
Yes,
was just hired.
Just hired, started this week. John Rutledge. Actually, John's been around a while. He's worked at a couple of departments. He's an excellent instructor. He was teaching our class through Motlow, so we would get our EMT class through Motlow, and he was the instructor. Well, our plan is to get where we can do everything in-house, and this is one of the first steps of it. We've hired us an instructor that's certified by the state and is able to teach these courses to where they can take the National Registry test. So John has come aboard with us. He started, February the 9th, and man, we're excited to have him. I've already met with him a time or two, and he's excited to be here.
I'd like to welcome Captain Rutledge to the department.
Yes.
And we want to remind people that they can still sign up for Community Connect.
Yes, we've had several to sign up, but it's a good program, the way for someone to sign up, not even for your residents or businesses. And all you do is you sign up and give a little information about what you may have or who you may have in your house with maybe some special needs or something like that. So when we get that call to your house, it comes up on our MDT to where we know we're going to someone's house that has a storm shelter in a garage, or has a bedridden mother-in-law on the second floor in a bedroom. So we're preparing for that and not finding out when we get there, but we know it before we get there.
Exactly.
And all this information you put in is it's saved. It's not used for anything else. It's saved in our database that goes to that's attached to their address. If it ever comes up on 911, we get that information.
Right, and it's simple to sign up.
Very simple.
Just simply go to murfreesborotn.gov/MFRD Community Connect, and you can sign up. Only takes a few minutes. And Chief, busy on social media.
Yeah.
Man, Facebook alone, 776,440 people viewed something on that page in the month of January. So
that's good.
That's a lot of people looking. Our top post is the Northwest Broad Street closed due to a downed power line during that ice storm.
During the ice storm, I think it was might have been one of our first ones, and it blocked the main intersection. Even though the storm had come in and it wasn't as much traffic, but it did cause issues shutting Broad and down.
212,898 people viewed that post. And then our next most top viewed post was the fire at International Paper. 68,581 people viewed that. And then the MVA you spoke about earlier on Medical Center Parkway. 57,363 people viewed that post. So be sure to like and share and follow MFRD, Facebook, and other social media platforms.
Exactly.
Yeah. Always want to remind you that you can also tune in to WGNS Radio every first Monday of the month. Chief McCluskey, or representative from MFRD, will appear there and talk all things MFRD.
Yep.
Chief, is there anything else you want to talk about I failed to ask?
There's one thing I want to mention. You know, last month the city had this Legacy Award.
Oh, yeah, the Legacy Award.
We had two members. One has passed and one's retired. That was introduced into that Legacy Award. Billy Vinson worked with our department for 41 years, I believe.
Right.
Billy had a tragic accident back in '77 in a fire truck, and he chose to come back to work. And where he could have, you know, I'm sure went on disability and worked another 30 plus years as a training officer and stuff. Then we had Bobby Swan. He was the chief that hired me.
Okay.
And I'm the last one working at our department that he hired, but Chief Swan set down a lot of things, road map to what we do today, leading. And you know, of course, when I started here with Chief Swan, sometimes you had a tendency to want to say, "Why don't he do this? Why didn't he do that?" And now, in my position, I see where he was coming from.
Right,
you know,
right.
I know why he didn't do that and do that. So it was just, you know, and he meant a lot to me, and it was great that he got recognized. And his son, Tim Swan, which is a retired assistant chief, got this accept award for him, for his family.
Really beautiful ceremony.
Yes,
So,
it was.
Yes, indeed. Well, thank you for tuning in to this episode of Fire Talk with Chief Mark McCluskey. As always, we hope that you find this discussion enlightening as well as informative. You can also catch us right here on City TV 3, as well as the City of Murfreesboro YouTube channel and the City of Murfreesboro, as well as MFRD's social media platforms. I'm Larry Flowers on behalf of Chief Mark McCluskey. We'll see you next time on Fire Talk.